From your first breath to your last, every human action follows one fundamental law. You exchange energy to achieve, maintain, or avoid a feeling state. You eat because hungry feels bad, and full feels good. You work because poor feels scary, and security feels safe. You help others because guilt feels heavy and kindness feels light. You buy expensive clothes because looking poor feels embarrassing, and looking good feels confident. They say human decisions are 80% emotion and 20% logic. That's wrong. Every single action is about feeling states. Even the coldest business calculation seeks the satisfaction of being right. Even scientific research seeks the thrill of discovery. There's no such thing as a purely rational decision divorced from feeling. Logic itself is only a tool we use to secure a desired state. Look around you. Pick any object nearby. Do you have it because it's logical, or because it helps you reach, maintain, or avoid a feeling? A chair, a bed, a pillow, all exist to give comfort. A lock gives safety, clothes give confidence, or comfort. Everything can be traced back to the feeling state it supports. All humans are different, and motivations and feelings might be different. But when you strip away the layers, every possession, every action, every choice reduces to energy directed toward feeling. Either direct physical and mental energy, or stored energy, which is the form of energy beloved worldwide. Money. Humans discovered early that pooling energy creates miracles no individual could achieve alone. One person trying to move a massive stone fails, but when multiple people combine their energy streams, the impossible becomes possible. The Sumerians pooled energy to build the first cities. Egyptians pooled energy to construct pyramids that touched the sky. This collective pooling of human energy is what built civilization itself, when individual streams join into rivers of collective power. This is humanity's greatest strength, but it's also our greatest vulnerability, because pooled energy attracts parasites. Here's the difference between righteous governance and systematic theft. A righteous government takes 20% tax, for example, of citizens' energy and returns it as infrastructure that serves everyone. You see, schools lighting up, hospitals expanding, roads being maintained, clean water flowing to your homes. You see the return of your investment. You feel your energy building the world you live in. But corrupt systems take 20% of citizen energy and return private jets, luxury mansions, and offshore bank accounts for the few. Same energy input, completely different output. The resources were always sufficient to build paradise. They're just being redirected from civilization to personal luxury. So we were born into more than simple exchange. The moment you needed food to survive, shelter to exist, you became part of a system. You didn't choose to be born, yet survival itself requires paying tribute. Every government on earth has lots of taxes that citizens pay. Every meal is taxed, every roof over your head taxed, every piece of clothing taxed. You cannot opt out of living, so you cannot opt out of the system. From birth, your energy is being extracted just for the privilege of staying alive. Everything that can be used to create anything you can think of, from food to technology, is already on Earth, and humans aren't even original. All the raw materials, patterns, and building blocks exist. What we add is energy, the energy to extract materials, to think, to shape and combine. We watched animals build simple shelters, so we built better ones. We saw fur and made clothes. We observed survival and turned it into tools and techniques. Even ideas aren't invented from nothing. They're recombinations. Your brain takes what it has seen, heard, felt, and experienced, then mixes those pieces into something that looks new. That mixing is creativity, the skill of arranging existing elements in a logical or appealing way. This may seem obvious, but it must be said. Everything was once free. All it took was energy. Even the lands now marked as owned were once open. It only took energy to claim them. Either you watched over a piece of land long enough until it became yours, or you fought and killed to take it. All resources, all materials, everything humanity uses was freely here. Now, when you buy a coffee, what you're really paying for is the combined energy it took to grow it, transport it, prepare it, market it, and finally hand it to you. Money is simply stored energy. Every unit of currency represents someone's time, effort, and labor made portable. Because money crystallizes energy, whoever controls it gains the power to direct other people's energy. You could never build a skyscraper with your own two hands alone, but with money, you can gather and channel the energy of many others to bring it into existence. And here is the tricky part. Raw energy alone doesn't determine value. Skill scarcity adds worth. Low skill, common work like construction, gets low energy return. Medium skill, rarer work like accounting, gets moderate return. High skill, rare work like surgery, gets high return. Scarcity matters more than raw energy expenditure alone. But here's the key. Stored energy allows mobility. Even someone with common skills can accumulate stored energy, aka money, then use it to hire others, start companies, and climb the value pyramid by directing pooled energy rather than just contributing their own. But there's another layer that can multiply value beyond all logic. Social perception. The formula becomes value equals raw energy plus scarcity multiplied by social perception. Social perception can massively inflate value beyond any actual energy or skill involved. Behold the power of perception manipulation. Diamond and pencil graphite, identical carbon atoms arranged differently, yet one commands fortunes while the other costs pennies. In 1938, the De Beers Company launched a marketing campaign that convinced the entire world that compressed carbon equals eternal love.
A diamond is forever.
4 words that created more wealth than most nations possess. People still don't realize diamonds aren't actually rare or expensive to produce. They pay enormous energy for the feeling of status, for social perception, not for any intrinsic energy value. This is how perception becomes a multiplier that can inflate worthless objects into empires, while truly valuable things, water, food, medicine, are taken for granted. Energy gets stolen through government corruption, where public funds disappear into private pockets, through artificial scarcity, where abundant resources are made to seem rare, through false perception campaigns that inflate worthless items into status symbols, through societal structures designed to funnel energy from the many to the few. Corrupt leader siphons the energy that should build schools and hospitals, using it instead to construct towers of personal wealth, while young people full of energy find their streams diverted before they can even act. But energy cannot be destroyed, only redirected. And when enough people begin to see where their life force actually flows, everything changes. One person opens their eyes and suddenly sees the energy threads everywhere, flowing from their work to their purchases, from their taxes to distant corruption, from their attention to corporate profits. They see where their life force really goes, and for the first time they reach out and begin to consciously redirect their own energy stream. But here's the revelation that changes everything. They told you the important people are at the top of the pyramid, but witness reality. Flip that pyramid and see the truth. The service technicians keeping your internet alive, the electricians powering your civilization, the farmers feeding your body, the builders constructing your shelter, the drivers moving your goods. They are the blazing foundation of everything. Remove them and civilization stops instantly. Without them, everything stops. Yet these people who keep the world running are treated as the bottom, while those who contribute the least often receive the most. This is the great inversion. The pyramid of importance is upside down from the pyramid of reward. Those providing the most essential energy receive the least recognition and compensation, while those at the supposed top often contribute less actual energy to civilization's functioning. You are not just in the system, you are the system. Every choice you make moves energy through the world. Your attention, your work, your purchases, your focus, all streams in the great flow of human energy. Remember, you are energy. Direct it wisely.